boys and girls. Today we're going to review area and perimeter. Last video that I talked to you, I only focused on perimeter, but now we're going to focus on both area and perimeter, okay? So let me give you the definitions for both, okay? So the perimeter is the distance around a shape. To find the perimeter, you need to add the length of each side, okay? And then area, it is the number of square units that can fit inside a shape. To find the area, you need to count the square units, okay? Another thing that I want to do before we get into more examples, I want to go over the formulas, okay? So for perimeter of a square, the formula is 4s, okay? 4 times s, because you got 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's why it's 4s, 4 sides. The s stands for sides, okay? Then for a rectangle, remember the formula for that was L plus width plus length plus width, or the one I like to use, 2 times length plus 2 times width, okay? But now we're going to talk about area. Okay, so area, the formula for a square is going to be A, which stands for area, S times S, which is side times side, okay? And then for rectangle, the area is length times width, okay? So the length times the width, okay? So those are our formulas, and we're gonna do some examples, okay? So let's look at the first one, okay? You're gonna have different examples maybe in your activity practice, so that's why I have to go over several ones, okay? So if we look at here, at this shape, question number 1, okay? You have square units, okay? So we're gonna try to find the perimeter, okay? Remember, for perimeter, we got to count the outside. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 12. And what are these called? It says right centimeters. So it's centimeters, okay? So it's the perimeter of this square is 12 centimeters. But now the area, remember the area in here, it said that it was the square units that can fit inside a shape. So now we have to count the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this is very important that you put a number 2 here, because this means that is 9 centimeters squared, because we're talking about little squares, okay? Square units, okay? So let's do one more, because they're pretty simple, okay? So perimeter, the outside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And now we're going to do the area, okay? The units inside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, this is very simple, okay? So now we're gonna take it up a notch, okay? So now let me erase this. And now let me go and flip this over. And this one has a little smudge in there. Okay, so now we have a regular shape. And it gives you our sides. This is a what shape? Rectangle, okay? So we're gonna pull out our formulas, okay? And I'm gonna do the perimeter first, okay? Perimeter of a rectangle. So I could use either one of these, okay? So I can add, and I'm gonna need to add up all the sides around it. So if this side is 12, this side is also gonna be 12 because it's congruent, is the same, okay? So if this side is 5 centimeters, then this side would also be 5 centimeters because they're opposite sides and they're congruent, okay? So now I have all my 4 sides that I can plug in my formula and add them up. So remember, perimeter, I have to add. And now I can solve. So see, here it is, 12 plus 5 plus 12 plus 5, okay? Well, I know that 5 and 5 are 10, and then 12 plus 12 is 24. So now I need to add 0 plus 4 is 4, 1 plus 2 is 34. So my perimeter is 34 centimeters, okay? And now I need to do my area. Okay, and the area, the formula for area, remember, of a rectangle is L times width. So L times width, okay? And I already know that my length is 12 and my width is 5. So I'm gonna multiply 12 times 5, okay? Some of you can do it like this, but I always prefer to write it like this. Okay, so now I can do it, okay? So now let's see, 5 times 2 is 10. I carry my 1. 5 times 1, 5 plus 1 is 6. So the area for this shape is 60 centimeters squared, okay? All right, let's see if I have, let's look at another one. Let's try this one right here. No, let's do this one, the very last one, okay? So we got 8 centimeters and 4 centimeters, okay? Again, like we did in the other one. This one is gonna be 8 centimeters because remember, these two sides are congruent and then these other two are congruent. Okay, so to find my perimeter, L plus width plus L plus width, or 2W plus 2 length, okay? The only reason why I'm not gonna focus on using this one right now is because I don't want you to get confused, because that happens sometimes. You see you see this as multiplying, and you automatically gonna think it's area, but it's not. It's still perimeter. See the P for perimeter? So that's why today I'm gonna focus on using this. That way you can really see the difference between perimeter and area. Okay, so let's plug in our numbers. So 8 plus 4 plus 8 plus 4. Okay, so now I'm gonna do 4 plus 4 is 8, and then 8 plus 8 is 16. Now I need to put these two together. So 16 plus 8, okay? Remember what I told you to count up, or, you know, make a 10 actually. This one, since you're adding, you need to make a 10. And if you take 2 away from the 6 to give it to the 8, you make a 10, right? So 2 minus 6 is 4. Now becomes a 10, and now you have a 4, okay? Oops, sorry. I got all confused now. Hold on. Okay, let's start again. See, sometimes I think, and I think too fast. So let me slow down, because even you guys sometimes think you want to go too fast, and then you make mistakes. So let me take a deep breath and slow down. Okay. So again, what I was saying is to try to make a 10 here using this 6. If I take 2 away from that 6 and give it to this 8, I make a 10. And now this 6 becomes a 4. So now 10 plus 4 is 14. And I carry my 1, and now it's 24. Okay? So my perimeter is 24. And if you don't believe what I just did, you can get out your fingers. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. See, there you go, 14. My 4 here and my 1 there, and then 2. Okay? There you go. Okay, now let's do the area. All right, now we're gonna take it out to a different question, and we're going to, this is a 2-step question, okay? So we gotta do this one before we do the other one. So let's get ready, okay? I'm still gonna be using cubes, okay? And let me read it. Betty wants to install a new carpet in her living room. The living room length is 15 feet and the width is 15 feet. If the cost of the carpet is $8 per square foot, what will the total cost of the carpet of Betty's living room be? Okay, so the first thing is we need to look at our question. Okay, we're gonna underline our question. what will the total cost of the carpet be? And then circle your numbers. So here's my numbers. Okay. And then box my important information. Okay. I need you to think about, we know that we're installing. So that's one of the important words. We're installing carpet. The length is there, and then we have the length as another one, and then we have a width. Okay, I want you to think about the carpet. If you have a living room, where do you put the carpet? Do you put the carpet on the outside around the living room, or inside the floor of your living room? Think about it. Those are the kind of questions you need to ask yourself when you're reading a word problem, because you need to take what they're telling you and think about it. Are they talking about the outside, or are they talking about the inside? So the carpet in a living room, we put it in the inside, because if you put it just on the outside, that would be a funny looking living room. Okay, so yes, since we're talking about the inside, we're actually going and trying to discover the area. Okay, because remember, the area is what it's inside a shape. Okay, so now I know that I'm doing area. Okay, well, now I need to come up with my I box my numbers, and now I need to, there's not a lot of things that I need to eliminate, so now I need to think about, okay, what shape am I talking about? Okay, so I know that I'm dealing with 15 feet, which is my length, and then my width is 15 feet as well. Am I talking about a square or about a rectangle? Okay, what I want you to think about is, remember the problem that I talked earlier, right here in the first one, when we were dealing with a rectangle, we had a big number and then a little number, because the length is going to be always bigger or longer than the width. So if you look at these measurements right here that they give us, they're both what? They're both the same. So if they're both the same, are we talking about a rectangle or a square? We're not talking about a rectangle, that's for sure, because we would need two sides with a different measurement, and these two are the same. So that means that our shape that we're actually doing is a square, because they're the same. Remember, a square has equal sides, so that's why we're actually doing a square. So now let's look at our formulas. We know that an area, the formula for a square is S times S, which would be 15 times 15. Okay, so see, those are the things that you got to think about. You know, it's not just like, okay, yeah, I got my numbers, I'm gonna multiply them. No, because you still need to think about, okay, are we talking about a square or a rectangle? Okay, so not a rectangle, yes, a square. Okay, so now let me do my multiplication. Okay, 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 1, 5, plus 2, 7. 1 times 5, well, don't forget your 0 is a hero. And then 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 1 is 1. And now you add them up. 5 plus 0 is 5. 7 plus 5, that's 12. And then 2. So my answer here is 225 feet squared. Okay. All right, so now let's go to the next part of this question. It says, after installing the carpet. Okay, so now we are done installing the carpet. This is how much carpet we're gonna need. It says, oh, wait a second. Let me go back over here. I discovered what the area was, but then it says right here, what will the total cost of the carpet be? Okay, so if it's $8 per square foot and we bought all of this, now I need to know how much is it going to cost, because remember the total cost. Okay, went too fast. See, sometimes you guys go too fast and you miss a step, just like I did right now. So it's a good thing that I double checked my work and then I went back to what I was talking about. So now that I found the area, now I need to find the total cost. Well, I'm taking this number and I'm going to multiply it by 8. Okay, 8 times 5 is 40. I put my 0 here and I carry my 4. 8 times 2 is 16 plus 4 is 20. Carry my 2. 8 times 2, 16, 17, 18. So now I know that my answer is, because remember it says what will the total cost to carpet Betty's living room would be. She is going to spend $800 to buy all the carpet that she needs. Okay, so good. Now we have our answer. Now we can go to the second step. Okay, so it says after installing the carpet, Betty decides to also install flower wood molding for her living room. The molding will go around, that's your keyword, will go around the entire room. The molding cost $4 per foot. And here's our question. What will the total cost of the molding? Okay, now we're talking about the molding. It's a little bitty piece of sometimes wood or metal that they use to put around the carpet to make it stick on the ground. So it's not just like moving every time you're stepping on it. So look in your house if you have carpet and notice because my apartment, it has carpet in the rooms, in the bedrooms, but in the living room it has floor. So when you have the carpet and it's the end of the carpet, it has like a little molding, it has a little piece of metal that is like hammered to the floor, and that helps the carpet to stay put. So go around your apartment or house and see if you see that. That's called a molding. Okay, so now we are talking about the outside because it says going around. So remember, if we go around, that's perimeter. Okay, so we know that again, where the living room is the same measurements. Okay, and what kind of shape is it? It's a square, and it was 15 feet. Okay, it's the same shape that we used for that problem. It's the same thing because it's the same living room. We're not talking about a different one. It's the same one. But now instead of solving for the area, we're going to be solving for perimeter. And our formula for perimeter of a square is 4s, which is 4 times s. Or, you can also say s plus s plus s plus s, because you're adding the side, 1 side, 2 side, 3, and 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so that means that I need to add up 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15. Okay, so let's try that. 15 plus 15, this is 10, carry 1, and then this is 30. I add up my other 15s, and I get a 30 here as well. Now 30 plus 30 is 60. But I can also get the same thing if I multiply. See, 4, hold on. 15 times 4. This is easier. Instead of doing all this work, it's easier if you multiply it. Watch. It just saves you time. 4 times 5, 20. You carry a 2. 4 times 1, 4, 5, 6. See? Did I get the same number? Yes, I did. So you could either add it up like this, or you can just multiply like this. You get the same answer. Okay, so now I know that it's 60. Here, let me just use the paper. Okay, so now I have my perimeter that is 60 feet. Okay, so the molding that is going to be going around the entire room is going to be 60 feet. Well, now I need to find the total cost for that molding. So I need to take 60 and multiply it times 4. 4 times 0, 0. 4 times 6, 20, 24. There you go. That's my answer. But what are we talking about? Money. So $240. That's how much they're gonna spend. Okay, so hopefully this kind of helps you on solving those word problems, and make sure you do your practice activities, and I'll see you later.